And now, Bob Hope brings you his version of There's a Gold Mine in the Sky. As our scene opens, we find Bob Hope and Patsy Kelly in search of gold somewhere in the middle of Death Valley, riding the trail on a pair of donkeys.
Where the skies are always blue, Palomar.
A fine thing getting me out here in the middle of the desert on a couple of broken-down old donkeys. Say, why are their tails tied together?
Well, there are 4 gophers following us, and they like to jump rope.
Oh, come on, let's call the whole thing off.
But, Patsy, you can't quit now. Can you think of an easier way to make money than finding a gold mine?
Yeah, but Sally Rand beat me to it. Anyway, there probably isn't any gold mine there if your uncle left it to you.
You shouldn't talk that way about my uncle. He was a fine man. He just got into some bad company and sold stock in it.
I see, and now he's left it all to you?
Yes. Robert, my boy, he said, take the stock in my gold mine. Don't try to thank me. I just want you to remember your old uncle. I can see him sitting there now. A tear rolled down his wrinkled old cheek. And then the warden threw the switch.
I don't blame him. Now, wait a minute. I don't like this desert. Where are we?
Hand me those field glasses. Great Scott, we're in Egypt. There's a camel walking over a hill.
That's no camel, Hope. That's an ant on your nose.
Oh, yeah? Then what's that hump on his back?
He's wearing a bustle.
Wait a minute. That must be the mining town around that bend.
What a name. Gruesome Gully. Cute.
Say, this town must really be an historical place. Look at that monument there.
What's written on it?
On this spot stood the first good humor man.
Custard's last stand.
Oh. Come here, Hope.
Oh, yes, sir.
Listen, you're in Gruesome Gully now, and the mob in this town only do things one way. Now, are you going to play the game with us, or aren't you?
Oh, yes, I'll play the game with you.
All right, Tag, you're it.
Say, Bob, there's an old guy sitting over there on the curb. Maybe he knows where your gold mine is.
I'll ask him. Say there, partner.
Hi.
What's your name?
Well, some call me Python Pete, and others call me Yukon.
Yukon Jake?
No, you can't take it with you. I'm kind of corny in a Klondike sort of a way.
Say, you must be one of my relatives. By the way, why are you carrying that shotgun?
This is one place they're not going to build a World's Fair. Boy, do I kill me.
Say, Bob, there's the mine office right over there.
Okay, let's go in and claim my gold. Hey, is there anybody in here?
Wow, a man! You say, haven't I met you somewhere before?
No, I never have that kind of dream. Tell me, is this the office of the Lazy Skunk Gold Mine? I'm Bob Hope.
Oh, are you Bilgewater Hope's little nephew?
That's right. Did you know my uncle?
Oh, yes. He was a great guy, Bilgy. He was the only man in the world who wore his wooden leg over his shoulder.
Well, why did he do that?
It's the only way he could scratch his back without getting his fingernails dirty.
Quick. Oh, quick. They're after me. They want to string me to a tree. They want to lynch me.
Oh, that's awful. Who did you kill?
Beethoven. I'm the guy who wrote Hold Tight. Sacky. Oh, they got me.
Say, you're a pretty good shot, stranger. That'll come in handy if you go down and look at the mine. There's a crazy prospector down there who thinks he owns it.
What? I'll show him who owns it. Come on, Patsy, ring for the elevator and we'll go down.
Okay.
All aboard. This elevator's going down to the mine. There's a gold mine in the basement far away.
A telephone and an elevator. Hello?
Is this the Bob Hope that's looking for gold?
Yes?
Oh, I'd like to take a bite right out of your leg, but I'd never eat ham without any egg. If you find my gold and take one nugget, I'm warning you, Hope, you'll kick the bucket.
Say, who is this?
Oh, just a bright-eyed little desert rat.
Well, you're making a dope of yourself. Do you know it?
Yes, but at least I'm not doing it from coast to coast.
Hey, tell me, Amos, how long will it take us to get down to the gold mine?
Well, if this elevator's cable is in good condition, we ought to get down there in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, what if the cable isn't in good condition?
Well, here we are.
Say, what a creepy place this mine is. Hey, Bob, look, someone's breaking through the wall of the mine.
Wait a minute, they can't do that.
Oh, no?
Greetings, Gate. Let's excavate.
Professor, what are you doing 5 miles underground?
Kate, I was planting a seed in my garden, and I became too enthusiastic.
Well, what kind of a seed was it?
Dave, I got a tip to plant a radish 5 miles down. Ah, it's a long way to tip a radish. It's a long way.
Professor, look, there's gold and zinc in this mine. Do you think I'd be a good gold miner?
No, you look to me like a real zinker.
Listen, Professor, what other proof of you that this is your mine?
Because I staked it out, and I've been here ever since.
How's that?
I drove the stake right through my foot. Ain't I a dope?
Say, look, there's a lot of gold over there on the floor, and there's a horse walking through it.
Yes, that's the Lone Ranger's horse. Ah, silver threads among the gold.
You're something of a pioneer, aren't you, Professor?
Quite so. I once made the trip across the plains in a wagon.
Was it covered?
Ah, yes, both collision and liability.
I suppose you've made many a long trek across the country in search of gold.
Ah, yes. As an uncle of mine once said as he began a long trek, quote, "As a trekkin', boom, tada, unquote."
Well, tell me, what's the largest deposit of gold you've ever seen?
I once saw some solid gold icebergs.
Gold icebergs?
Ah, yes, and I came near them, and when I did, they rose out of the water. Ah, the rise of the Goldbergs. Mrs. Blue!
Water!
Look, Professor, one of your miners over there, he's dying of thirst. Why don't you give him a drink?
I can't, Kate.
Why not?
Because we don't serve drinks to miners.
Look, Professor, we wasted enough time. Let's start digging for gold. How deep is this mine?
This mine is so deep, if you go down any further, you'll be deviled ham. Ah, yes, and if you put your ear to the ground, you can hear people talking on the other side. But that doesn't stop me. I'll take a pick and dig right through. Dig-a-dig-a-doo, dig-a-doo-doo, dig-a-dig-a-doo, dig-a-doo.
Hey, look out, Professor, you're breaking through.
Help! I'm falling!
Professor, you dug down too far. Where are you? Say something.
Greetings, Clay. I'm in an oriented state.
And thanks for the memory. And if we brought you cheer, the reason's all too clear. You bought a lot of Pepsodent and lent to our career. So thank you so much. And thanks for the memory. For Jackie Coogan paired with Betty Grable fared as naturally and laughably as anything we've aired. So thank you so much. It's you folks who've truly supported these few jokes each Tuesday cavorted. It's due, folks, to you who've resorted to cents well spent for Pepsodent.
Oh, say, excuse me, Bob, but I hear you're having May Robeson as your guest star next week.
That's right, Bill. Next week we'll have that grand and lovable actress May Robeson. Then we'll have Patsy Kelly, Skinnay, Ennis and his band, our six hits in the Miss, Jerry Colonna, and
Bob Hope.
Thank you, Bill Goodwin. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
The Ladies in Love with You is from the Paramount picture Some Like It Hot, and this is Bill Goodwin speaking. Don't forget, Pepsodent with Irium brings you Bob Hope next Tuesday night at the same time. Good night.
Here's news without any ifs, ands, or buts. Listen, if you want to kill mouth germs and keep them down, then put a real germ killer on the job. Pepsodent Antiseptic with chlorthymol is ready for the battle. Thanks to chlorthymol, Pepsodent kills germs safely in seconds. Yes, even after dilution with 2 parts water, Pepsodent is more effective than other leading mouth antiseptics used at full strength. How's that for potency? Yet Pepsodent Antiseptic containing chlorthymol is safe. So start today to gargle with Pepsodent Antiseptic and get the amazing benefits of chlorthymol. This is the National Broadcasting Company.